exist anymore, but just so there's no interruptions while the service is given. Just a few announcements. Randy's mom, Ann Farley, has been released back home on Friday and is back at the nursing home. They just want to tell everybody thank you for their prayers and good wishes. For this week, on Wednesday, the 18th, ISC Guidance Night, that'll be at 6:30. That's with Michael Lott, Trish Crawley, and Mary Jo. On Friday the 20th, Victoria will be speaking to the Women of Wisdom group here, and that'll be at 6:30. Saturday the 21st, Randy and Victoria will be doing a Twin Flame Gallery reading. That'll be at 11 a.m. And then on Sunday the 22nd, there's the teachers meeting that was, Jackie?
Go ahead, with what you're saying.
There was supposed to be a teachers meeting today, and I guess it's been rescheduled for the 22nd at 2 p.m. now. So, yes.
Monday night, tomorrow night, Michael Lott has his Kundalini yoga.
Yeah, so so that's another thing we need to add. Okay, so Michael does his Kundalini breath work. Anybody know what time that is?
6:30.
6:30. Okay. So, okay, never mind. I'm looking at it wrong. Okay, so Michael's Kundalini tomorrow night at 6:30. Wednesday night is the ISC service. Okay. And let's see. Sunday the 29th, there'll be the potluck service. And let's see. And then February 25th and the 26th, they're just going to be the expo here at Illuminations. So now I would like Angela Gibson to come up and do her little thing.
Good morning, everyone, and hello. Oh, and we have a very special visitor today, I see. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am here today to speak about this amazing painting that I think we have all become very accustomed to from walking into this beautiful space. The name of this painting is Angel of Fire, and the artist is Barry Donaldson. Now, if you've been coming here for a while, his work was up all over this studio, and then we had Eva come in, and we took down Barry's work and just to display Eva's beautiful, beautiful paintings. But there was just something, we couldn't move this. It's such a part of who we are as a community. So Victoria quickly put a little sign there that says not for sale, even though it was for sale at that point. With that in mind, Mandy West, she is over our art, everything we do art-wise. She called Barry and said, Barry, our community is in love with your painting. Would you please consider, selling it to us with the rights to publish it? And he did. So,
yay.
But we have to pay for it. He didn't donate it, unfortunately. So the painting is the original price was $2,000. That's what he was asking for. So that is the price, but with those rights to publish it. He will always be the artist. We will always promote him and his beautiful artwork. But we would like to take this painting and make it out truly part of our community. Mm-hmm. And it will be our logo. It will be on our stationery, everything we do. So with that, we need about $2,000 to make it happen. And so we are, and when I say we, I'm asking you as our community to come up with some fundraiser ideas. If you have a special talent as a healer or your gifts and you want to share those, let me know. I have a few things going on, but that I want to talk about, but the Psychic Expo that Crystal mentioned, that's February 25th and 26th. One of the big things we're going to be doing is a silent auction. So I already have some donations for the silent auction. This will include a 1-hour reading by Victoria. So that's going to be a great silent auction item. A 1-hour reading also by Randy Farley. Mary Jo has committed to a 1-hour quantum healing session. This is huge, huge. Trish Crowley, she is offering a 1/2-hour reading session. And then Victoria has also committed to putting together an Illuminations basket from our store that has all kinds of cool stuff in it. So with that in mind, please think of what you might want to contribute to this community, whether it be a gift basket, your time, your resources. We'll include it in the auction. We will also have some raffle items, so whatever you want to do to help us, that would be great. But the number one thing you can do is give us a donate or share your donations. So the donations for this, the Angel of Fire, is separate than the donations that go to keeping this community here, paying for our electric bill, or water bill, or our space that we meet in. So we have some pledge forms outside if you want to make a pledge. They are with the donation bowl out there. You just fill these out with your name and the amount that you would like to pledge. And then we do ask that these be completed by the 26th. Of course, we take cash, PayPal, checks. We have a $50 donation so far. So I have 5 little V's in here. I am actually going to make a donation later today, so at least we'll have 7. And so we'll keep a tally of what we have donated. And we'll have this here for you to see. When it's, if we go by $10 per bead, about 3/4 would be our goal, but we're gonna put a bead in for every, if you just have $1 to donate, that's fine. We're gonna put a bead in there, so, because every little bit helps. So, with that, here are some other things that are very exciting relating to the Angel of Fire. On the January 29th, so that is our Illuminated Community Service on Sunday. All donations for that day, and that's the day that we have our potluck, because everyone loves to come. All donations will go to our Angel of Fire Fund. So anything in the blue bowl or in little glass beads, that goes towards our fund. On February the 5th, after the community meets, the Illuminated Spiritual Community, Wendy West is going to offer a glass pendant workshop. And I'm assuming if you've seen Wendy's work, she does beautiful, beautiful glass sculptures and tiles. So I'm not really for sure what this will look like, but I know it's going to be amazing. I'm not sure if it'll be stained glass or just something, but she will lead that class in making a beautiful piece of jewelry. And February 5th, I'm thinking that's a really good time next to Valentine's Day. So that's gonna be my Valentine's gift to myself. You'll design the pendant. Wendy will then, she's going to donate all the supplies to make that pendant. She's going to take that pendant then and fire it and bring that back. So whether it's a Valentine's gift for yourself or someone else, it's a really nice thing to do. That will be $25 for that class, and she does need a minimum of 10 people. So she has 1, we need at least 9 more, but that's gonna be a really, really special thing. And I wanted to make sure we have these events on Sunday because I drive a long way to get here. Me too. So I like to stay, yeah. So maybe have some lunch and come back at 2 o'clock and make these pendants. February 19th, Victoria will be leading a 1-hour relationship class, and all of those it's a fee donation basis, and all of those donations go to Angel of Fire. And then, of course, our expo. And there'll be, I highly, highly recommend you attend that expo because it's going to be exciting. We're going to have all those silent auction events, and if you have something to donate, let us know. And that's all I really have. So questions, again, my name is Angela Nicholson. So if you have any questions, ideas, whatever you need, let me know. Your donations, you can give those to me. You can give them to Mary Jo, Victoria, Randy, anyone Jackie, anyone, who you see around here, not the strangers, but, who will make sure that the money goes to the Angel of Fire painting. Just, we're happy to have everything that we can get. So, thank you very much.
At this time, we would like to ask if there's any prayer requests.
George and me.
Okay.
Valentine, my dog.
Valentine.
Just went to name, sorry.
Dawn on the lizard.
Kendra's family, one of our employees killed herself last week.
Who's that one?
Kendra's family.
Under somewhat suspicious circumstances. So I just pray that the truth be found.
Miss Betty.
Ada Marie.
No, Amy.
TJ.
TJ. You got that, Jacqueline?
My friends Constance and Lloyd, one has cancer and the other one's 92, and they really need a lot of prayer.
Let's see, Constance and Lloyd.
Constance and Lloyd.
Constance and Lloyd. Which one?
Kathy.
Kathy?
James and Rick.
James and Rick?
Misty,
Misty?
I missed the one in front of
Oh.
Misty.
Each of James
James.
and Rick.
And Rick?
John, Carla, and Jackie.
Some four-leggeds.
Four-leggeds, two-leggeds.
Chloe and Quasar.
That's a good one. Anyone else? Alright, and now, Mary Jo's gonna give her message to you.
Sorry.
Good morning, everybody. We have a lot of familiar faces and then some new faces. So if you see a face that you've not seen before, please welcome them to community as we continue to grow in 2017. At this time, I want everybody to take a really deep breath all the way down to the belly buttons. Spirit, we ask for love, healing, release for these who are named and those who are not, that their highest and best will be served. This week, with Miss Ann being in the hospital, I came in on Wednesday afternoon and I said, Victoria, what's the plan B in case something happens to Miss Ann? And she's like, well, let's see. And I said, well, we gotta have a plan B. And she's like, well, Angela's gonna talk about the painting. I'm like, that's good. We can just meet, we'll talk about the painting, and we'll be done. And she's like, I don't think that'll be so much. And I'm like, well, it'll work out. It'll work out. So then on Thursday, she sends me a text, and she says,
Your
bunch
plan
of
B.
them. It looks like Miss Ann is doing better. And I'm like, yay, that's great. And she needs her family around her now, so you're up. And this is what I was gonna talk about. So there you go. So I wrote her back immediately and I said, I'm so glad Miss Ann's doing better. And you better tell Ezekiel to download me if you want me to do the talk on Sunday morning. So she wrote back and she said, I'm on it. So when I got here Friday afternoon and I saw her, I'm like, oh, how's that download going? And she's like, you're ready. So I'm like, okay. So as Gabriel said last night, when he first started being introduced to Crystal, the woman who introduced him said, oh, they'll talk to you. And he's like, so I'm sitting and I'm waiting because I really want to hear that whatever it is they got to tell me, because I'm thinking it's going to be audible. And he said, it's not always. And I'm like, no, it's not. So in preparation for this morning, for a woman who keeps 3 calendars and I always know what I'm supposed to be doing, this is a little bit of a test because I really don't know what's going to come out this morning. So many of you have heard Victoria, so that's no big surprise for whatever's going to be shared this morning. So with your permission, we'll get started. Okay. Remember when you were 7 or 8 years old and you went to ride on your bicycle and it was so much fun, all the freedom, just you and your bicycle, and you could just ride it anywhere, to the park, around the block, wherever. And lo and behold, you hit that one rock that's in the middle of the road and you have a crash and your knee is all skin up and your elbows and your little hands and you're like, I'm dying, just nobody. But then you remember, if I can just get home to Mom. She'll kiss it, she'll clean it up, she'll make it well. So you ride that 100 miles back home, just knowing your leg will probably have to be amputated. You'll never be able to write again and do your homework, you know. It's really bad. And so you get home and you go in the door and Mama's there and you just, oh, Mama, I had a wreck, and it's just bad. And she just grabs you up and she hugs you, and it's very reassuring to know your leg will not be amputated. There's soap and water involved, lots of it, probably some Bactine if you were lucky and that's all you needed. The dreaded mercurochrome that came out. Now let me tell you, that was some serious medicine back when I was, I don't think they sell it anymore.
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon.
Well, don't, if you have a child. Don't get any mercurochrome.
No, the mercurochrome's better. The methylate's what really burns.
You know, your little hand, you know, it'll be okay. You're right-handed, remember that, honey. You know, this, you can still write, it's okay. So, you know, it's that healing. If you could just make the distance, that 2 blocks, to get back home, and you're healed. And then the healing begins. And you know, show all your friends, look what I did. But my mama fixed me up. And then it starts scabbing over. Now, that's a sure sign it's getting well. But we're impatient and we want it to be well. So, you know, you have to sort of. Okay, so then what do you get? A scar. It's your badge of honor from that horrible bicycle wreck that you had. So then you remember as you get older and you have children of your own, and they come to you and you're like, honey, you'll be okay, don't worry. You know, go in there, splash some water on it. It's no stitches are needed, nothing. We don't have to go to the emergency room. You'll be okay. But it's that distance. And how far, what makes it be a distance? The 2 miles, the 100 miles. It's just getting there to know that you'll be taken care of. And then many of us say, I'm not a healer. Well, what makes you a healer? Is it a good wish? Is it laying your hands on someone? Is it helping them release all that stuff that they've accumulated for years and years, and they're like that personal hoarder and they just have to hold on to it because you know that's it. It's mine. And if I let it go, I'm gonna have to do something different. And that's scary because we're all very comfortable with the way things are. So what can you do to be a healer? Can you simply sit and listen to someone who just needs to talk? Now, you don't have to respond every time they make a sentence, you know, and say, honey, you shouldn't have done that. You know better than that. How crazy are you? You don't have to say anything. You just have to sit and listen. Maybe buy them a cup of coffee, you know, maybe a bagel to go with it, a cup of soup, something, to help them heal, because that's where it starts, is getting it out there. Can you help? Can you heal someone you don't even know on the other side of the planet? How many of you have been to Australia? How many of you have been to Africa? How many of you have been to England? How many of you have been to Alabama? They all need help. When we hear of the horrible storms of the wars and all of the children who are misplaced, of the families that have a tent to live in if they're lucky, what can you do to help heal that? Can you send a wish? Can you send a prayer? Can you send $10? You know, what can you do? Take time from yourself
to think about somebody else. And then your problems don't seem too bad. I know I experienced, and Tom did, and lots of others, fires this year. It's not planned, usually. You know, the only time you plan a fire is when you're gonna barbecue something. But, it is a shock to the system, to say the least. It is a shock to the earth because it is burned to a crisp. The animals, what do? You know, there's no fund for them. You know, here you go, honey, here's your $1,000 for this month. We're real sorry you lost your home. Where do they go? How do you help them? You know, so it's a healing, and it's very simple. It's a thought. It's wishing for someone else what you want for yourself. A warm bed, something to eat. A lot of them don't even have shoes. They have nothing left. So when you have nothing left, what do? You start over. You take a deep breath and you start over to heal yourself. What did I do to deserve this? Well, probably nothing. It's just what needs to happen. Well, how do I fix it? Well, make up your mind what you want to do now, because you can't go back. You know, ashes and smoke, you know, that's kind of yucky. You can't get it out, can't get that smell out, and it stays with you for a long time. Even in your dreams, you can smell it. You can hear the flames crackling, and you're like, oh God, you know, is this what hell's like? And the answer is no, because there's no such thing. It's just something that's happening in a way, you know, to get your attention. So how do you heal? What do you heal? Who do you heal? You heal yourself first. Because if you're not well, if you're not physically ready, if you're not mentally ready, you know, I think about the doctors and the nurses every day. You know, who do they see? Sick people, depressed people, unhappy people, dying people. You know, how do you do it day after day after day? And then you think about your doctor and the nurses, you know, are they physically fit? You know, your doctor comes in and he can barely talk because his voice is so raspy because he's a 3-pack-a-day smoker. And you're saying, and you're going to tell me how to get well? Physician, heal thyself. You know, the nurses who lift and take care of, and they're the ones who really see the family members who come, take care of my loved one, make them well. Let me take them home so I can love them one more day. What do? How do they replenish? They have to set that intention every day. It's going to be a good day, you know. Hope Miss Ann goes home today. She's really a lovely person. So, how do you do it? Mentally and physically and emotionally. You know, I cry a lot. I'm better than I used to be, but it means we're human. I can remember sitting in my old kitchen, and I was doing my meditation and just started squalling. And I'm like, God, I'm so glad nobody's here with me. And Spirit said, it's okay, because even the grass needs to be watered. And that's the way to let it go, you know. And sometimes that's better than crying and kicking and screaming, because sometimes we just really don't want to let it go. But sometimes you have to. So then, how do you do it spiritually? How do you heal yourself spiritually? Well, you gotta dig deep to do that part, but it can be done. And it can be done fairly easily. All you have to do is ask. That's one lesson I've learned this year, last year I should say. Just ask. Ask for whatever you want. Ask for help. Ask for assistance. You know, I don't have any problem at my job, which is mostly male, saying, I really need you to do this for me. And 9 times out of 10, they'll say, sure, MJ, I'll be glad to help you do that. Just have to ask. If you don't know how to do it, somebody else does. If you don't have the equipment, somebody else does. Spiritually, that can mean having just a talk with somebody, a counseling session. And we have a lot of really good counselors sitting in this room. Sometimes it means you gotta get on the table. We got a lot of really good healers in here. Reiki masters, quantum healing. Sometimes you have to let somebody help you get all the way down to the nitty gritty so you can let it go and start over again. 2016 was a 9-year. So that's done. That book is closed and you finished it. It said the end, done. I'm finished with that. So if you're an avid reader, I gotta have a new book. And it's a 1. And it can be anything I want it to be. It can be fiction, it can be nonfiction, it can be a romance, it can be a war journal. I have a boss that reads those things. I don't know why, but he does. But it can be anything you want it to be. So pick your book and name it. And let there be a chapter or 2 in it that healed you on every level. So you can in turn help and heal somebody else. Whether they're here, whether they're under the bridge, they may need a blanket. You know, they don't ask for much, they really don't. You know, I thought last weekend when it was 5 degrees and it was snowy, I'm like, where'd they go? You know, the shelters only have so many spots. Where'd they go? You know, how do they survive? And it's really amazing because somehow they do. They find a place. Somebody opens their heart, opens their home, opens their wallet. I can't fix it all, but I can do a little bit. I can't fix 10 people. I can't invite them in and let them take a shower, give them a cup of soup, but I can do it for 1. And you'd be amazed at the stories. How that one person who took you home and let you take a shower and gave you something to eat, that's all they needed to have their belief in mankind restored, and they go back home renewed. Go back home to up north because they hadn't seen their family in 3 years. Because they ran away, because things got tough, because they had a drug problem. And nobody understood me anymore, so I'm just going to run away, and I'll show them, and I won't talk to them, I won't let them know where I am, and I'll just go see the world, or part of the United States anyway. And I'll be okay because there's always somebody who's going to give me $1 here, and give me $1 there, and give me a shirt. No. Now, we're very fortunate. I don't think there's anybody in this room who's been to that circumstance before. We see it every day, though, and we just say, that's not my problem. I can't do that. You know, I'm busy, I got a meeting, I got to go to the grocery, I got to pick the kids up. Somebody else will give them $5 at McDonald's and buy them a cup of coffee. Can you heal somebody? Sure you can. Doesn't take much. one of Dolly Parton's movies, bless her. You know, give them a smile. They're free. Sometimes that's all somebody needs, you know. It's real easy to get the gruff and the grumbled and the disheartened, and, you know, they will tell you every bad thing that's happened to them since they were 3 years old. But what about the good stuff? Didn't you ever have any good stuff in your life? Surely you had one good thing happen to you, you know. No, my mama was an alcoholic, and daddy beat her, and then he ran away, and the dog died, and my brother, you know, got killed in the army, and, oh, man. Did anything good happen to you? I found a prize egg at the Easter egg hunt when I was in the 3rd grade. That's pretty cool. Only one prize egg, and you found it. So sometimes you have to look for the good things to remember, to help people heal. It's simple. It really is. Doesn't always require major surgery. You know, nowadays, if you go in for a heart operation, you're usually out in what, 3 days? 4 maybe. Because your insurance says, you're not really that sick, suck it up, go home. Somebody else can take care of you. No, I mean, it's, you know, you feel like a cow going through the chute. It's just, where's the healing? Unless you do it yourself, you know. And a lot of people don't have that tool to heal themselves. Because it's right here. I see myself in perfect health. I see myself in absolute prosperity. I see myself invigorated with life, as I very much wanted this life to be a physical being. It is wonderful to be here, using my brain while accessing the powers of the universe. It's that simple. Every morning, start your day off healing yourself with a positive affirmation. It's going to be a great day. Maybe raining outside, I don't care. It makes flowers grow. It's going to be a great day. My meeting is prepared. It's going to be a great day. I get to have lunch with my child at school today. Whatever it is, it's going to be a great day. Because you can make it that way. You can heal yourself. And you can heal someone else. That's the beauty of it. It's not always about me. I have a friend. Every time I meet him for tea, and he gets started, and I'll say, not now. But it's about me today. And I'm like, no, it's my turn. It used to be about me sometime. You know, it's my turn for it to be about me. Well, what about you? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. It's just my turn. So you have to be quiet. Shut up. And let me tell you how great my life is. Let me tell you about the good stuff I got going on. And he sits and he looks and he's like, yeah, but. Yeah, but what? You can do it too. You know? So you can heal yourself. And you can heal somebody else. If you take the time. That's all it takes. A little bit of time. A smile. A good wish. I know when things get posted on the Reiki Master of Knoxville, please send Reiki to so-and-so because she's had surgery, she's, you know, her child is sick, whatever it is. Takes less than 30 seconds. Put your hand over that and say, I send healing Reiki energy and love to whoever it is for their highest and best. Now let me tell you, you get a collection of that going on. And how many of you have been on receiving anything that you have asked for prayers, for whatever it is. And then you just sit there and you get all tingly, you get all warm, and you're like, wow, somebody must be praying for me. Somebody's sending me some good energy. Because you know, I really think I might feel a little bit better. That's all it takes for you to help, for you to heal, bless her heart, she's had it tough. You know, we have dug and poked and prodded her just about as many ways as it can be. And she still loves us. She still provides for us everything that we need. So, what have you done for her? You know, when you're riding down the road, do you just throw that water bottle out the window? Do you throw that sandwich wrapper because you had to pull through the drive-thru because you were running late because you have to eat something? You know, you just throw that out on the side of the road? Or do you go to the park and just sit and be with her? Do you plant a flower bed, flower garden, vegetable garden? That'd be cool. Do you plant a new tree every spring to restore that's been raped and pillaged from her? You know, if you have not ridden through Gatlinburg, it'll break your heart. But you know what? She'll come back and she'll restore herself. And those beautiful mountains will be better than they were before. The wildlife will come back. They will. You're talking about being scared. You know, they're like, oh God, what am I gonna do? But they got a plan. It's innate in them. They knew what to do. They knew where to go. You know, they didn't get stuck on the bypass and bumper to bumper traffic. They just went and found someplace safe. So, they'll come back too. But be gentle with her. Help her whenever you can. We all need it. So, go today and be a healer. Help somebody else. We all can do it. So, Miss Moore.